Hello everyone, this is the installation and maintenance guide for the Mobile Judge version 5 application in spring 2015 at Florida International University. To begin with, there are a couple things you will need to install a local version of the application. First, you will need to install Git. After we install Git, you need to clone the following repository into any directory where you want to clone. So you change it to the directory where you want to clone, you input git clone and the above link. Afterwards, the repository will be cloned to that directory. Afterwards, you will need to set up XAMPP for Windows or Linux, depending on your local environment. This version of the MJA, the Mobile Judge application, was developed using XAMPP 3.2.1. Next, the XAMPP application installation will ask you for a MySQL root password. For a local development version, something like root should suffice, and is in fact the local default configuration for a local install. Alternatively, if you do not want to set up XAMPP on your system for any reason, you need at least the following standalone applications: a MySQL server, an Apache web server, and PHPMyAdmin for ease of access, although it is not strictly required. Note that XAMPP installs all of these automatically, so it is in fact very useful to do so using XAMPP if you do not have any reason against it. When all this is done, you'll want to set up XAMPP to use your Git repository as the web server document root. You can do this by opening your httpd.conf file in your XAMPP configuration. You can find the document root entry and replace the original document root, which should state something like this, with something that looks more like this, where the path is to your actual Git repository. Afterwards, you will want to make sure that your API files are all using the correct login for your database entries. To do that, navigate to the database and PDO database.php files. Make sure that the dbuser and dbpath variables have the correct entries for your local installation. Please also note that the PDO database file also has different constructors depending on whether Unix or Linux-based environment is used. Simply uncomment one and comment the other to use the other environment. Please also note that these two files are in the gitignore folder, the gitignore file rather, so they are not copied over and overwritten when pulling from the Git repository. In addition, please make sure that the actual development and production environments have the correct values for the database user and database paths, as opposed to the original ones that may be in these files. After all that is said and done, you can open up your favorite local browser, which in my case is Google Chrome, type in localhost, and use the following credentials: admin and Judge13 online, after which you should be logged in to the Mobile Judge application. This concludes the installation guide for the Mobile Judge application. For any maintenance issues, please refer to the installation and maintenance guide where they are explained in much more detail.